All right, good afternoon, everybody. How we doing today? Hey, Henry. Awesome, that's great to hear, Henry. If I can just get a quick audio and video check. We coming through loud and clear. Everybody hear me? Everybody see my screen? Perfect. All right, great. Thank you. Okay, well, let's get up and going today. I'm going to try to keep it pretty short and not keep you too long, and bear with me just a little bit here. I'm a little bit under the weather today. You might be able to hear that, but we're gonna still dig in here. All right, well, good. Glad to hear that, Brian. Welcome. All right, well, welcome everybody to the Nadex application and strategy webinar series. My name is John Skelton. I'm with apexinvesting.com. Today's webinar is brought to you by Nadex, and Apex and Nadex, two complete separate companies. Nadex is an exchange. Apex, we're an online company of traders helping traders. I'll tell you a little more about us in just a moment. But as always, let's get our disclosures knocked out so we can move forward. Trading futures options or any financial instrument involves risk, may not be suitable for every investor. Also, any examples that you see me use here today, or me showing you the Nadex website or entering an order or a ticket, that's in no way a trade recommendation whatsoever or trade advice. That's me simply just showing you how to, use the functionality of the Nadex website and how to enter and exit orders on the tickets and so on, okay? Past performance is not indicative of future results. And once again, trading involves risk. So if you're brand new to Nadex, I want to encourage you to hop on over to nadex.com. And some great information over there. I must say Nadex does a great job at giving its members some great free tools. You can go right here to the Learning Center. And right here you can go to webinars. This will let you know what webinars are coming up in the future that you can get signed up for. But right here under Webinar Archive, okay, you can go right here, filter by presenter. Just click down and find us right here, Apex Investing Institute. And if you've missed any of our previous webinars over the last several weeks, you can go back and catch up on them here. Also, this webinar today is being recorded, and this is where it will be posted as well, okay? But some great stuff. We're not going to be covering, the basics of binaries today. We're going to talk a little bit more about trade management, but you can go back through some of these previous webinars and watch everything from, just the very basics of what is a Nadex binary, how does it work. You start with the basics and then, go through some top mistakes and trading at night, volatile markets, rainbow markets, all kind of different strategies, some great information in there, some great free education that Nadex offers you. If you go right to trading platforms, you can go directly, Nadex has an online trading platform. They've got a great mobile app, but right here, demo trading platform. If you don't already have one, make sure you get one of these. Nadex will give you a free $25,000 demo account, okay? All you gotta do is fill out some quick information and hit submit. And in just a few moments, you'll get an email with a temporary password, and you can log right into a Nadex demo account, okay? And as soon as you do that, you go right up here to My Account, and then you can go to Settings and go to Password, and you'll be able to change that temporary password to a password of your choice. But the Nadex demo site is a great place to get familiar with Nadex, get familiar with the platform, test entering and exiting orders, make sure you've got a good handle on it. But also, instead of using your live money to test out new systems or new strategies, you can use the demo platform and, master any strategies or systems in demo. And once you have that down, then switch over to live when you're ready to. So hop on over there, take advantage of that. Again, my name is John Skelton. I'm with Apex Investing. We're an online education company. We've got over 20,000 members. We've got strategies and systems and, indicators and software. A lot of our systems focus on risk management and probability. That's why we love the capped risk products of Nadex. And we're traders just like you. And I've been with Apex now as head of operations for about 4 years, and I have an background in banking and as a stockbroker. But again, we trade Nadex binaries and spreads every day, and that's what we're here for. That's what these webinars are for. Just to give you some free education about who and what is Nadex, how do some of their products work, and just educate you on different ways that you can incorporate them into your own trading, okay? Today, like I said, we're not going to really talk about some of the basics. I've showed you where you can get that. We're going to talk a little bit about how to manage your binary positions and, reading the markets properly and executing those proper entry and exits. And I'm just going to kind of show you today, some ideas and some tips on how to manage your position and kind of, some ways that I do it personally, okay, and some ways that we teach. And one of the best things to do is to really learn how to read the Nadex strike ladder, okay? And what is a strike ladder? Well, first of all, let's go right here to the Nadex platform. Let's just choose, for example, indices binaries. Let's choose the US Tech, and let's go right here, okay? This is the strike ladder, all right? This is for the 3 p.m. expirations. And each one of these different numbers here is a strike. Each one of these is a different binary contract. Okay, and this is what we call, excuse me, this is what we call the strike ladder. All right, and if you go back and you watch some of the different webinars, we go through and cover, all the different types of binaries and the different pricing of binaries. Okay, and in the money and out of the money binaries and what all that means. But one of the things that you can do at expiration, we all know that a binary is worth 0 or 100 at expiration. But between, now and expiration, in this example, we've got an hour and 52 minutes, the price of a binary can be volatile. It can go up, it can go down, okay? For example, if we, were in a long bias and we were looking to buy a binary, well, we know at expiration, for example, let's say that I was to buy this binary right here, just as an example, okay? And I was to buy it for $19.75. Well, at expiration, it'll either be worth 0 or 100. But between now and expiration, the price of that binary can stay where it is for a little while. It can go up, it can go down. Well, so if I was biased to go long and I was looking to buy, maybe I don't want to hold all the way till expiration. Maybe I feel the market's going to make a particular move and I want to get out early. Okay, that's one of the great things about Nadex binaries. You can hold to expiration or you can get out early. For example, if I was to buy this binary for about 20 bucks and at the point that it was worth, say 40 bucks, I decided I wanted to get out and just, double my money, take that profit and go. I can do that, okay? I don't have to hold till expiration. But how can I know ahead of time approximately where the market has to move to in order for me to make $20 in that particular example, okay? Well, it's by looking at the strike ladder here, okay? So currently, where is the indicative at? Where's the market at? It's 59.88, okay? And this strike that I'm looking at here is at 59.97, okay? So obviously I need the market to go up. But notice these strikes. See how far apart they are. 59.97, 93, 89. They're 4 points apart. Okay. So let's just say, for example, that I was to buy that binary and the market went up 4 points, meaning it went up enough to match a difference in a strike, 4 points, right? Well, if I were to buy this one and the market went up 4 points, where do you think approximately this one would be priced at? Well, can you see how if the market went up 4 points, then this one would be priced approximately where this one is, right underneath it, right? The one that's currently a difference of 4 points. Does that make sense? Okay, because as the market's going up, okay, then my value should also be going up if I have time till expiration. So how much of a value move can I expect with a 4 point move? Well, I can look at these strikes and I can see that difference. Does that make sense? So if I was to buy this one right now for $15 and the market went up 4 points, then I would look at this value as being where this one's valued at now, which means I could sell it for what? $17. You kind of look down on the buy side, you kind of look down and over. That makes sense? So if I bought this one for $13, $12, 13, it's changing here, and the market went up 4 points, what would be my value then? About 19. See that? What if the market moved 2 strikes worth? It moved 8 points. Well, I'd go down 2 and look over. Does that make sense? Does everybody understand that? Did I lose anybody right there? Let me know. Make sense? Okay. So that is how I can look and get an idea of what type of move I need the market to have to make the type of return I want. Okay. For example, this one right here. Let's say I want to buy it for around 25 bucks and I want to get out at 50. Well, where's 50? Right here. You see that? So what is that move? I would need an 8-point move. Okay. So that's kind of where I can know ahead of time, okay, how far do I need this binary to move in order to get me the value I want if I do want to exit before expiration. Okay. So I can therefore then take that and utilize that when I'm looking at my chart and looking at my strategy and system. And we've got to have a proper expectation on where the market may move to, right? If I'm looking to get an 8-point move, but I'm coming right up, you know, to a strong level that's only 4 points away, well, you know, I need to take caution then and can take that into consideration, right? Of, hey, I'm looking for an 8-point move, but I've got a strong level in just 4 points. So do I think the market will break that level or not? Do I need to look at different options of binaries? You know, fortunately, Nadex offers so many: in the money, out of the money, at the money, and you can change up your strategy. So one of the big things I like to use for that, and we teach a lot over at Apex, is on this chart here, do you see these squares right here? You see these boxes? Okay, you kind of notice how this box starts right here at, you know, right at the top of the hour. Okay, well, if we were watching this live, what you see over here, right here is live, right? You notice how that next box is already drawn out, if you could see the rest of my chart there. Well, at the top of the hour here, okay, this bar right here would be live. This is what we'd be looking at the top of this hour. This box is already drawn out. It doesn't, you know, move, okay? What these boxes are, this is what we call our expected range indicator, okay? It's an Apex proprietary indicator. It looks back at different months of the year, different weeks of the month, different days of the week, different hours of the day. And, you know, not to get all complex about algorithms, but it basically looks at the expected range of the market on this particular week of the month, day of the week, hour of the day. How much volatility is normally in the market? What's the highest the market normally goes to? What's the lowest the market normally goes to? What type of move does it normally make within this hour? Does that make sense? So this box is not drawn after. At the top of the hour, this box is already drawn forward. Okay, and you can even see here on some of these, you know, these screenshots here, how the market really respects those. You can see in this example here, it comes right up to it and bounces off. So this gives me a really good expectation of what I could expect. It doesn't mean the market always will come up to the top or bottom of those levels. It doesn't mean that it will never break it, but it gives me a good idea of, you know, what historically the market does at this particular time. So if I'm looking at a particular move that I'm wanting to happen to get, you know, the value that I'm looking for, and I say, okay, that's a, you know, X point move, well, then I can go and reference this as well and say, okay, is that type of a move even expected at this time of day or at this hour? So does that make sense? Can you see how that's really helpful for me to be able to utilize that when I'm comparing strikes and looking at what strike is best and seeing if it's really even feasible to expect the market to make that kind of move? Does that make sense how I utilize that? Okay, perfect. Now let's take a look at something else here. So let's say that I do, you know, take that strike and I'm looking to double my money, for example, and I want to get out, you know, when I've doubled that money. But the market's still going and I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll stay in this a little longer, right? We've all done that. And sometimes that works out for us and we get a little more. Sometimes that doesn't work and the market goes against us and we wish we would have got out, right? Okay. Well, what do you think? This is the biggest thing I can tell you if I said nothing else to you on this webinar but this, when it comes to managing binary trades, okay, you have to take emotion out of it, you have to take greed out of it, and you have to take hope out of it. What do I mean by that? Well, how many times has the market started to go against you, but instead of just getting out, you just hold on to that binary because you hope the market will come back? Or it's getting close to expiration and it's starting to come down and you just hope it will stay above and expire profitable, right? How many of us have done that? Show of hands. Like you just hold on to it because you hope it'll come back or you hope it will end up where you want it, even though your chart was telling you to do something different, right? Even though you saw reversals on your chart or you saw that you were coming to a strong level, you didn't do what the chart told you to do, right? We've all done it. Yeah. Kind of says, yep, I'm guilty. We've all done it, okay? So if I'm utilizing this, markets go in my direction, okay? And I see the market getting up here towards the top of this range. And I'm in profit, I'm doing good. Is it smart for me to just say, well, I bought it at 25. It's now worth 50. Now we're getting up even closer here and it's worth 60. Man, maybe I should just hold it. See if I can get $100 out of it. You know, get to 100, right? Well, what happens then if I'm greedy and I'm not paying attention to my tools that tell me the market is not expected to go further than that, but I just want to hold on to it? What happens? Starts to come down. I'm like, oh, I want to hold on to it. Oh, look, see, it's coming back my way. It's coming up. Sweet. Yeah, great. I'm glad I held it. And then boom. And then it'll expire pretty much at what? 0. Right? We've all had that happen, right? Get something, buy something for 25, 30 bucks. It gets up to worth 60, 70 bucks, and we hold on to it. And then it expires worth 0. I know we've all seen that happen, okay? Now, there's plenty of times where we hold till expiration and we expire in the money, and that's great, right? But what would have been the smart thing to do here when I clearly see the market coming to a level that it's not really expected to go past? Wouldn't it be smart of me to exit and take my profit, or to tighten up my stop and not let it go too much against me? You know, like, okay, well, I'm gonna, you know, in my head, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna exit early if it pulls back to, okay, so now I'm gonna go and exit early. That's only smart, right? But how many times do we not do what the chart tells us to do? Like literally, again, if I taught you or said nothing else on this webinar but that is what I see. One of the biggest issues 90% of the time is, you know, not managing the trade properly. I see people talk all the time about, I want to trade binaries. I need a strategy. I need a system. Like, show me where to enter. Where do I buy? Where do I sell? Enter, enter, enter. Well, that's only half the battle of where you enter. Give me an indicator that tells me, and give me a system that tells me when to get in. Well, okay, that's easy enough. Sure, we've got plenty of those, right? But just as much of that battle is, okay, I also need to look at that chart and those indicators and those systems to tell me when I might want to get out. Right? Does that make sense? Because you can have a great system for entry, but if you don't manage that trade properly, or know, hey, should I be holding this to expiration on this trade, or should I be exiting early? What's my expectation of the market? What tool am I using to have an expectation of the market, right? Okay, and on this particular one here, this is a particular trade setup that we look for. Okay, you see how the market's trending up? It's coming up and pulling down, up and pulling down, up and pulling down. Okay, notice when the market pulled down right here, okay, the price pulled down a good amount, but it did not break the previous price level. But notice down here on our accumulation of volume indicator, see the volume that was in this pull down? Look at the volume that was in this pull down. A lot more volume. See that? Volume exceeded in this pullback, but the price didn't. And so when this bar closes up with some volume and some of our indicators, other indicators, I would be having a bias to go long. But if I was to enter a trade like that, where's my expectation of where it would go? To there. Okay? That's where I would be looking to, get out worst case. I might already be out and have my order waiting, but if it gets even up to here, I'm going to be looking to start to exit. So it's not just about, hey, look, there's a good setup to enter, perhaps. It's also about where are we going, okay? Again, you have to do what the chart's telling you to do. If you're in profit and it's going your direction, but you get up to a level of importance or you see divergence in the market, okay? Like right here, let's say the market was coming up, right? Then it pulled back and then it went a little higher on less volume. Do you see that? Like you see the market pushing up, like pushing up the hill, and it pulls back a little bit and tries to push up a little further up the hill, and the volume goes from this big volume down to this, kind of exhausted. And then on my order prints charts here, I'm seeing clusters and reversals the other way. Well, maybe I'll hang on to it though and hold it to expiration. Maybe it'll, I'm just going to roll the dice on this one and hope it works out. Is that smart to do that? Or is it smarter to look at what your chart is telling you to do? Where are these levels of importance? Where is the volume coming in, or where's the volume leaving the market? Okay, does that make sense? That everybody see just from this screenshot example what I'm talking about the market pushing up and pulling back and then coming up on less volume, right? Simple things like that you want to look at, okay? Or again, where the market's making a big push up and it's, coming up with divergent bars or lack of volume. Read your chart. Do what the chart is telling you to do, okay? You've got a big move in the market down and it's coming down to an important level. We know that important levels or deviation levels, support and resistance levels can cause what? Reversals in the market, or they can cause choppiness in the market. So we have to look and start to expect those things, right? And we have to manage our trades properly, okay? So it's not just about, hey, where do I press buttons and get in, right? It's not just about give me a chart and an indicator that tells me when to get in. It's equally important to know how to manage that trade properly, okay? And like I told you, that's one of the great things about Nadex binaries is you have the option to hold them until expiration, but you can also exit early, okay? And for any of you that don't know how to do that or weren't aware of that, I want to just give you a quick example here. All right, so keep in mind, this is on a demo platform. This is in no way a trade advice or recommendation. I'm just simply teaching you how to enter an order here. So as an example, if I were to buy this particular binary right here, as an example, okay, say I'm going to do a market order on it. I'm just going to do 1 and I'm going to buy it, okay? Well, if I were to buy that, it goes right here in my open positions, okay? So I executed that order. You can see it here in the positions, okay? And you see right here it says +1 because I bought it. If I had sold, it would say -1, okay? Brian, you say, what's the minimum expiry time? It's different on different instruments, okay? On the indices, you've got, binaries that expire during the daytime, every hour. You've got the dailies. At the end of the day, you've got the weeklies. On forex, you also on the 4 US indices, you have 20-minute binaries that stop and start every 20 minutes. There's a new one that expires 20 minutes later, okay, during the day. Like 23 hours a day on different forex pairs here. There's 5-minute binaries as well, in addition to the ones that expire on the hour, the end of the day, end of the week. Okay, there's all kind of different expirations there on Nadex. You can go check them all out. Okay, so if I'm in this order right here and I bought this particular binary for $46.25, okay, I can hold it till expiration, and at expiration it's either going to be worth 0 or 100. That's the only two outcomes at expiration. Okay. Now, if I want to exit before expiration, okay, well, I can do a couple different things. If I just want to get out right now, for example, all I have to do is click it. Okay, see this right here? I just click it. It automatically opens up a ticket and it's already marked sell. You see that? Because I bought that binary. For me to get out of something I bought, what do I have to do? Sell it, right? So if I click that, the ticket comes up and it's automatically marked sell already. Okay, and then I can place the order. All right, does that make sense? If I were to place that order and just hit place order, that order is gone. See that? It's no longer in my open position. I was able to get out of it early. Okay, let's show you another example here. Let's say that I bought this particular one right here. Okay, do market order 1. Okay, all right, so I've got this order in here. It's in my open positions. Now, if I click it, it opens to sell it, and notice it fills in the price at whatever the current price is that I can sell it for. Okay, and if that's what I want to do is just get out at the current price as quick as I can, then I would do that. But let's say that I'm looking to double my money on this. Okay, so I bought it for about $26. Let's say I want to get out when the market is at $50. So I want to risk about 25 to make about 25, right? Well, I can sit here and manually watch it and exit, you know, when I see it getting up there. Okay, or I can set a take profit order inside the platform here. How do I do that? Well, notice right here in the open positions, I have that position, right? Notice another section down here called working orders. You see that? So if I were to click this, it automatically opens up a ticket marked sell. Like I said, it fills in the price with the current price. But I don't want to sell it at 21. I don't want to sell until where? 50, right? So all I have to do is change that to $50, okay? And then I say place order. Excuse me. Notice my order is still here, isn't it? Remember the last time I showed you that the order was taken out, right? Well, my order is still in there, but now there's a working order that's placed for what? Price of $50. So I bought it for $26.50, and I have an order in there saying sell it when it gets to $50, and I want to take that profit. Okay, does that make sense? Everybody see how to exit an order early or how to set a take profit order? Now, if I change my mind and I want to get out of that order, all I have to do is click it and just hit delete it. Order canceled. It's no longer working. Okay? So that is a great management tool as well, to help, you know, be disciplined as well, you know, to, hey, I'm going to get in at this and I'm going to get out at that. Okay? As opposed to holding on to things, you know, utilizing that tool. Adrian said, what made you choose 50 as the amount? Adrian, that was just strictly an example. Okay, just strictly an example to show you how to actually place the order. Okay, it was just strictly an example. And the only reason I used that example was saying, hey, for example, if I bought this binary around 25 bucks, and just for example, say I was just looking to, you know, go for a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio and double my money, that means I bought it for around 25, so I'd want to exit around 50, right? So that's why I chose 50 for that example. Again, not a trade recommendation or advice, just strictly example to show you guys how to place those take profit orders. Okay, because I found that a lot of guys don't even understand that you don't have to hold until expiration. You can exit early. Okay, that is something that a lot of people don't know. You can place a take profit order, okay, and have the take profit order waiting. Now, not only, okay, I'm gonna just get out of this one here so I can clear it out. Now, so I can hold it to expiration, or I can just take some profit early. But let's look at another example. Let's say that I had bought, as an example, this one right here. Okay. All right. And what is my risk here? Let's look. How much did I buy this binary for? I bought it for $73.75. Okay. So my risk is $73.75, correct? And if it expires profitable, it'll be worth $100. So I'm risking about $73 to make about, $27, right? Okay. Well, I can't place a working order, okay, to sell it for less, okay? But I can put a take profit order in to sell it for more, right? So not only can I exit early for profit, but what if I see the charts telling me that the market's reversing, the market's going the other way? Do I have to just sit and wait till expiration and watch my $73 risk just go to zero? No. If I bought it for 73 and now it's worth 60 and 50 and 40 and 30, what can I do? I can just exit early and manually get out. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so either way, I can exit before expiration. Okay, all right, guys, so keep that in mind. That's a great benefit of Nadex, that you don't have to hold till expiration. You can exit early. You can place those take profit orders, and you can utilize this Nadex strike ladder, okay, to be able to give yourself a good idea of what value you can expect once the market makes a particular move, okay? Once again, guys, take these, take the psychology out of it, take the mentality out of it, take the gut feeling out of it, take the, oh, I hope this will happen, I hope it'll stick. Be disciplined and do what the chart is telling you to do, okay? Utilize the chart not just for entries, but also for exits. When you see strong levels coming, when you see divergence in the market with volume, whatever tools you're using, okay? And be disciplined about it and do what the chart is telling you to do, okay? All right, guys, once again, this webinar is being recorded, and it should be up there on the site here in just a bit. Once again, if you go over here to nadex.com and you go right here to Learning Center and you go to Webinar Archive, and that's where the webinar will be posted. Okay. Also, feel free to hop on over and visit us at apexinvesting.com. We have tons of free education over there, different strategies and systems, step-by-step courses. We've got some news calendars and some binary and spread scanners, all kind of great stuff. So hop on over there and check it out as well. Also visit the webinar calendar there on the Nadex site and get registered for some of the upcoming webinars. And we look forward to seeing you next week. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great one.